and you could fit this whole thing into there. Today, we're going to use a vacuum cleaner. This is a sanitary model. I'm noticing there's a chip right there in the corner. Very much deal with modern vacuum cleaners. Most of them are junk. Performance. Your typical bagless garbage is just that, but it is garbage. However, there are a few
this is the fit
still existing
that they have played.
These sanitary machines have to be one. It's going to be I don't know anything about this particular machine other than it came from a friend who, because it needs a good washing because it's dirty. For some reason, this sitting on their front porch. And when I asked about it, they said it had been rolling around in the back of their car. They finally took it out. It is non-functional.
It was 9 minutes, it's 19 now.
Here we have it.
In 20 minutes, I've watched 10
I have not tried this out,
so I
don't know what's wrong with it now. I can tell you that there is, if this motor works well, up that high, it is not, which it seems to. There is some obvious plans for it that don't involve this machine. These machines are rather cheaply made too. As well as the bolt direct air machines, they perform well. And if you're looking for a new vacuum cleaner and you have to have a new one, other than that, it appears to be recommend one of these for use around the edges. Direct air machines are always better. However, now, like I said, as far as modern vacuums go, they're not as good as the old Eurekas. They are and I might have reasonably priced, and I think they're the best reasonably priced to revive vacuum cleaner that you can still buy. I will insert a clip, oh boy, somewhere in this video of me going and showing you that you can still buy this or a very similar model, and they are very reasonable in price. Mouse nest or something. Aren't used vacuum cleaners well? They're not for every setting, but they are used vacuum cleaners. Just dirt and debris familiar. All you have to do is look at a 70s, 60s, 60s, 70s, or 80s model Eureka vacuum, which to notice sometimes is easy. The similarities, of course, this being a commercial model does not have a headlight. I'm going to grab onto what's left of this fan control. This is called the dial-in pair of vice grips. Similarities continue. This is the same release button. Rotate it. Power button is in the same area. On the bottom, we have a rug plate that looks like this, a bar with a beater, and replaceable brush strips. And if we take a look at the bottom of the sanitaire, there are some spacers here which you want to read there. The same machine. Now this one is lighter. It feels that it is made of thinner plastic. Because I don't see how the rest of them would have the same. Somebody removed rug plate. This one has a wood roller, so it must have shattered. And someone removed it. And this one has non-replaceable brush strips. I'm just trying to get all this crap off the spindle. It's not necessarily model SC679 any issues. Sanitaire, which is of course a product of Levchuk, which is the company that bought Eureka we can feel this at some point. And the bearings in this motor, not only are these designed very similar, they are quite literally the same machine. Just one is newer and obviously been cheapened up some. But I actually believe these are ball bearings on both sides. I know the bottom bearing is having said that, ball bearing. I haven't looked into this machine. I haven't turned it on. I haven't done anything with it. You can very clearly see it there, but I think it is on these as well. Now, so we're going to go ahead and take our first thing I'm noticing. You can see that even though this is like from the 70s, it's in the same cord with a grounding pin. It would bolt right in there. It's a plastic machine. So we're going to go ahead and complete the same thing here. Anyway, I'm going to hold on to the fan. Noticing turn this area in the cord, which appears to have been botched at some point. We're going to remove. Let's go ahead and plug this machine in. I'm going to attempt to remove the fan. We are going to very carefully. Oh, I see. There's a metal washer in here. Let's see if I can grab this metal washer. Grabbing that metal washer is going to be difficult. So the first thing I can notice There we go. Is that my whole room? Oh my God! Now, this fan. Okay, so I've just noticed something. This fan, and it's beginning to get a stress. We've had our first mishap. So this one's probably going to go chunk like the one that was originally in here did at some point. It's pulled out the whole drywall. Now let's go ahead and install it. Somebody didn't do a very good job putting this in. I wonder who might have done something like that. That spacer's going to be too much for us. Oh, jeez. Okay. There's a space underneath there. Damn it. Okay. Just go ahead and nevertheless put the spindle down. Another thing to look for on these machines, I'm not going to take credit for that. As you can see, these spindles are about the same. As I was saying, the first thing that I noticed, the belt rides, but I've seen these where the spindles actually get worn down enough to where the belts will no longer now rotate as they should. You get a lot of second thing that I've noticed, heat buildup, is that the bag is not inflating. And a lot of it does appear that we do not have any airflow. I believe so it doesn't agitate as well. So I'm going to place this on here and just I'm going to try to see if that. Okay, it's not hitting. Actually, that seems about right. So let me go ahead and tighten this up. First I'm going to try it. It doesn't have to be tight. It just has to be tight enough. Another thing to look for is in the windings of the motor. There's always crap packed in those. You don't want to get crazy and start poking at them too much. Just get something and loosely remove. So it appears to be clogged. Most of the dirt. If there's a large amount of debris packed in the windings. Because these are air-cooled motors. If they do not have air cooling them, they will overheat. So you can see that is, at least for now, in there properly. There's a gasket that runs along the edge here, and it's still in good condition. Also and I don't have another one. If I had to guess, the plastic thing is go ahead and reinstall the motor supposed to be and the power switch. I need to get this bag off of here. And there's like a weird clip thing. It's supposed to be a shakeout bag, and this goes over the power switch. It's supposed to just that into place, slide off, but it's not. Now we can go ahead and reinstall our torque screws tape. Just going to put this on the handle here with this other motor so I don't lose it. See what's going on under there. Would like to use that again. You know how it is. Someday I might use that motor, just like someday I would use this fan, which turned out to actually be cracked. Ooh, Nergunder, Zherzhalurgel. I see another problem. This is cracked. Somebody's dropped this. See that? Another one of those somewhere? If it's I'm just going to pretend I didn't see that for now. Machines, I definitely put this back in here. And the more and more I'm seeing this machine, this is probably not the more and more I'm thinking I'm going to use this motor in a project that I have coming up regarding an older Eureka vacuum. That is seeming like this whole more and more feasible choice thing here, because although this vacuum this goes on the handle, the cord's supposed to go through there, it wraps around. This is supposed to go around the handle. Been beat, and then this is your bag. So I'm going to have to find some way to clean out better. The old Eurekas, this one has a quick connect. Yes, this other sort of thing. I'm turning the screw into it where it flips. And this one is cracked and latch is closed. The old Eurekas, so this thing is definitely used paper bags. Had some sort of impact. The opening is the same. However, the old Eurekas use paper bags. I'm aware you can't really see anything right now. I'm just rotating a screw. It is held on. I'm doing a lousy job at it, as a matter of fact. And I would prefer a paper bag, honestly. I believe I have a paper bag from an old Eureka machine. I might put that on here, depending on how bad this handle is also clumped up, unsatisfactorily wobbly in the locked up position. But let's go ahead and see. We should have airflow now. Like I said, if you have to get a new vacuum. These are a better option than most. But just get a vintage one if you really want something good. Don't bother with new.
No, that would be too smart. Okay.
Okay, let's go ahead and put the bag back on it. So, I forgot I had removed the thing from the case which is holding this bag up. Let's just go ahead and fire this thing up. See how the bag... Okay, so the camera already got full. We turned it on, we ensured that we had airflow. You can tell by the bag inflating. We still have absolutely zero airflow, so there must be a clog still left in there. Which is good news, that is what we want to see. So let's, now we're going to go ahead, clean this up. Where's the brush roll go? Where did I put the brush roll? Here it is. We're going to go ahead and clean and lubricate the bearings with the brush roll. This is something nobody ever does. It's very easy on these. Some of them have a... Please allow me to demonstrate. You don't demonstrate for yourself. Some of them on the older ones have a cap on the end. These appear to just pull out. This bearing, as you can see, is a bit worse for wear. I see our problem. So is that one. And it's actually quite a big one. These are not ball bearings. These are sleeve bearings. Here's our spindle. That looks good. You can see rotating the brush roll. And as such, they require lubrication and cleaning. Is a little bit corroded on the end. You want to get a pokey, stabby tool like this. Belt's a little worn out, but go in here. So I'm going to pop that off of there and clean out. Now, if you're familiar with these old Eureka machines or these sanitaires, you'll instantly see the problem. Built up in here. This is like a Brillo pad of some nature. See that sharp piece of material plastic there? Shoved in here. Is reminding me of is supposed to be a fan. So let's go ahead here. Since we've been using this as a comparison this whole time, let's knock everything over with it before opening it up, and I will show you what is supposed to be going on in there. Built up debris out of there. This one's an old one, so it's metal instead of plastic. You can see this one is plastic. See the fan, built up debris. There's still some of that Brillo pad. That's a very important part of your vacuum cleaner, folks. Let me go see what I can find. Steel wool or a Brillo pad or something you shouldn't be vacuuming up. Don't vacuum up Brillo pads, people. Now that we've done that, there are bearings. Several perks, and we are going to give them a complete and total hoarder. A few drops of oil. One of those perks is when you have an object that you kept because, I'm going to use it someday, and then you actually have a use for it. That's the best feeling in the world. Now, I believe I have exactly what we need in here. Now, the brush roll. Ah, yes. Spin in here. Your bearings weren't worn so much. Let's climb, shall we? So you can see that's spinning. Somewhat happier. I believe. So yes, and install the brush roll. Motor. Here we go. Run plate. Now this and the whole motor assembly from the clump that came out of the Eureka machine. This is the 7-amp pancake motor. Because once again, I could probably just put this whole assembly in there. Let's go ahead and try it. But that sanitaire has a 5-amp motor, and I actually prefer the lower amp motors because they don't suck down to the carpet as strong. So this fan is really what we want, and it should be the same. Let me climb out of here, and we'll see if we can jam it in there. Okay, so here we are with ye old sanitaire. First thing we're gonna, oh god, it's a torque screw. You put it there, you're gonna pick it up. Apparently they use torque screws on these machines instead of standard Phillips head or flat head like the old ones did. First thing you need to do, this is not a tutorial, but we're gonna be removing the screw. Removing the dial-in nap or whatever they call it now. Oops. I don't know if that has to come off or not. It doesn't on the older ones. Look this up. There should be 2 springs. No, there are screws. Okay, the older Eurekas used didn't exactly love it, like a spring that you had to pull off. Alright, now I get to take this thing completely back
a pair of pliers
and
and
pull it off. This appears to just
Hope
be
you enjoyed this
together.
video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you
screws.
in the
This
next
time
one.
they are little screws. Okay. Pop the head off. There's the motor. Now this is, if you look at the older Eureka machines, this is pretty much a derivative of what they used to call the blender motor. And let's see. Yeah, this one turns nice and freely. The bearings in it sound good. So we're going to leave this intact. The reason this was called the blender motor is because, well, look at it. It looks like a blender. Now, this is the pancake motor,